in merely 2 days, January 31st, and 2/1, 2025 AD, more than 2 deadly earthquakes occurred. Its magnitude is between 3.2 and 4.8 Richter near the Colombo Volcano. The Colombo Volcano on the land of Greece, or in the Greek Sea, is called the monster of the Mediterranean Sea. Colombo Volcano is located in the northeast of the Mediterranean Sea, the Aegean Sea, approximately 8 kilometers northeast of the Greek island called Santorini. The last time this volcano caused a major revolution was in 1650 AD, at which time 70 people were killed and a tsunami reached the coasts of Greece and Turkey. The largest earthquake that led to the explosion of this volcano was much older than that. It was in the year 1630 BC, meaning more than 3,600 years from our time now, and it had a great impact on the region, on the entire population movement in it, and on the agricultural lands. I mean, this volcano exists under the sea, under its holes under the sea. It is not a single volcano, it is several volcanoes next to each other. They call it a volcanic field. About 20 volcanoes or more than the largest of them, which is this Colombo, but it is in total a number of the volcanoes. I mean, scientists are different. You see, the dining rooms of the volcanoes are connected to each other in 20 countries, all of which are connected and have 20 eruptions. Why is the Colombo volcano separate? Separate magma chamber alone? This volcano remains under the sea. In quantity means very huge, very large volume. And after that it begins to narrow in a magma chamber inside it, meaning lava and a very high temperature. And then there is a long tube that comes out to me. Mine goes up and then there is a nozzle. And the nozzle comes out of it. After that, there are explosions when an explosion occurs. The crater of the Colombo volcano is 15 to 10 meters away. Beneath the surface of the sea, the distance is close, means the volcano is very close. Who? From coming out, I mean, if an explosion occurs in this volcano as a result of the earthquakes that occurred, or as a result of other factors in this explosion, it may leave very serious effects. The first thing that comes out of it will remain lava, full of molten rocks at a high temperature, which may reach a temperature from 800 to 1200 degrees Celsius. It can burn anything that meets it on its way, so the first thing that remains is the direct effects. This volcano, the lava that comes out can cause harm. Perhaps the most dangerous thing in the case of Colombo, or in the case of the volcano we are talking about, is that it is causing a tsunami, because the tsunami will not be limited. It remains in the area where the explosion occurred. The tsunami will reach very distant areas. They say that the Colombo volcano, if it explodes, it will reach a distance of 150 kilometers. 150 kilos per circle means its diameter is 150 kilos. It is possible for me to reach different coasts in multiple places. One of the problems with volcanoes is the health effects, because it releases ash. This ash may have effects on people who have chest problems. It causes severe allergies and may cause pollution, contamination of drinking water, or contamination of a number of surrounding plants in the area. Otherwise, could it affect aviation traffic? The world will never forget the volcano of Iceland 2010 erupted. A very, very, very strong explosion. What did you do? A cloud of ashes? Very large ash plumes over vast areas of northwestern Europe. This layer of cloud disrupted air traffic for almost 2 full weeks. 100,000 flights were stopped. 10,000 people were affected. Imagine 10,000 passengers. They didn't travel as a result of this issue. Countries lost very large amounts of money, about 1.7 to 10,000 euros as a result of an explosion. This is the result of only stopping air traffic. The losses that came in the plants, drinking water and others. trade that stopped and had negative effects. Even Kenya meant that it lost very large amounts of money as a result of exporting flowers to Europe. All of these appearances disappeared during this period when I waited at airports as a result of the inability to fly. The important thing is that volcanic explosions continue. We ask God Almighty to protect us and remain harmful. Very, very volcanoes are huge monsters under the sea or under the ground. We live there, God willing, in paradise, with us. We have gardens, we have forests, we have flowers, we have plants. Life is very beautiful and quiet, and the temperature is pleasant on the face, on the surface of the earth, in general, in the entire world under these words. Several kilometers away in the interior of the earth, there is a temperature reaching 3,000 degrees Celsius, which means a paradise and fire beneath it. The thing is terrible, and the nature of glory be to Him who creates these contrasts, which means that this paradise is very quiet, very under it. This fire that burns in this fire remains a pressure factor. Very, very in the hero of the earth, and you find opportunities to vent. They come out of certain openings. The opening date is volcanoes from time to time. A volcano explodes here or there in different places in the Pacific Ocean. Of course, the most famous place in volcanoes in the world or in other places from the world, like Indonesia, like southern Italy, southern Greece, in certain places that have many volcanoes. Thank God the Arab and Islamic region, for the most part, does not have volcanoes. But volcanoes are widespread in the world. This explosion occurs from them, which is possible after that, leading to the disasters we talked about. Is it possible that Colombo will explode? It is possible because there are many strong and repeated earthquakes that occurred before India 23, and now they will occur in 2025. It is possible that they will lead to the explosion of this volcano, especially since scientists in certain studies were able to identify ultrasound waves. The melting of the stones around the volcano under the sea surface. If this volcano occurs, it will explode. An explosion will cause a shock. It may affect a distance of 150 kilometers, as we said, and therefore its impact. It is most likely limited in the state of Greece. It will not reach further than that. It is possible that it will reach Turkey to Turkey, about 170 kilometers of oil from the area. This volcano, but the Arab countries in the region will have almost no impact on it. It exists, God willing, meaning like Egypt, for example, the distance between Egypt and... this volcano is about 500 kilometers, and 500 kilometers is not just a distance in the sea. No, it contains the entire island of Crete, and this is very large, and there is a retaining wall, so it is difficult that it penetrates all of this and reaches Egypt, Syria as well. The distance between them is very large. Between Syria is about 900 kilometers, approximating what is between it and the volcano, and therefore the effects on the Arab countries are weak, an exception. But Turkey, which could be affected by the effects of begging, if it happens, of course, if with the huge earthquake. This remains possible for the monuments to be larger, and my cinematography can reach longer distances. We ask God Almighty for safety. I love to reassure people that everything is in His hands. The Lord of the worlds, glory be to Him, does not happen because it is something random.